Hi everyone, I'm Carly Krouse of the Indiana Gazette, and we're at Salzburg this week where the Trojans are getting ready to play their first home playoff game in school history. Salzburg takes on Klaesburg-Kimmel on Saturday night in the District 6 Class 1A quarterfinals. It's the first time the teams have met since 1991, when the Trojans won in the playoffs on their way to a District 6 title. While 4th-seeded and 7-3 Salzburg had a bye last week, 5th-seeded Klaesburg was pounding Penn's Manor 45-8 by scoring off 4 straight turnovers in the second quarter to improve to 8-3. Klaesburg-Kimmel quarterback Corey Chamberlain has thrown for 1,419 yards while completing 50% of his passes, with 16 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Leading rusher Seth Musselman has gained 638 yards on 136 carries and has scored 7 touchdowns. Salzburg counters with quarterback Josh Gibbons, who has passed for 1,844 yards on 59% passing, with 19 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. He's passed for more than 6,000 yards in his career, which stands as an area record. The Trojans' top 3 rushers, Angelo Bartolini, Gibbons, and Gino Bartolini, have combined for nearly 1,500 yards and 15 touchdowns. In another Class 1A matchup, Homer Center travels to Juniata Valley. Homer Center, the 6th seed at 7-4, is coming off a 24-6 win over Northern Cambria in the first round. Juniata Valley, the 3rd seed at 8-2, had a bye. The Hornets' 2 losses this season came against Bellwood Annis and Tussey Mountain, which are a combined 21-1. Homer Center has won 2 straight since losing 3 in a row when quarterback Ben Schmidt was dealing with an injury. Juniata Valley quarterback Caden Rupert has completed 63% of his passes for 1,419 yards with 17 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. He spreads the ball around, with 4 receivers nabbing 20 or more receptions. Schmidt returned to form last week, racking up 254 total yards. He's averaging 229 on the season. His favorite target, Kobe Doherty, has 40 receptions. The other Class 1A game is Friday, when Purchase Line travels to Portage in a matchup of ground-based teams. Portage, the 2nd seed at 8-2, is coming off a bye, while 7th-seeded and 7-4 Purchase Line held off Blairsville last week, 20-12 in the first round. Portage averages 286 rushing yards per game, and Purchase Line averages 283. Purchase Line's Josh Seister has 1,370 yards and 14 touchdowns, and Cullen Gaunter and Kyle Day have combined for 1,270. The weekend's other matchup is the Class 2A semifinals, with Ligonier Valley playing host to Bellwood Annis in a matchup of unbeaten teams. Ligonier Valley is aiming to reach the championship game for the 4th straight season. The Rams won consecutive titles before surrendering the crown to Richland last season. Bellwood Annis features 2 junior backs who have combined for more than 2,000 yards and have scored 27 touchdowns. Zach Mallon leads the way with 1,111 yards, and Nick Plank has 908 yards. Quarterback Trevor Miller has passed for 1,179 yards, with 13 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. The Blue Devils beat 7th-seeded Cambria Heights last week, 15-8, in a game that was much closer than expected. Ligonier Valley, meanwhile, continued to put up big numbers, scoring all of its points in the first half of a 49-7 rout of West Shamokin. The Rams rested Kiri Miller, the area's leading rusher and scorer, as a precaution after he suffered a leg injury in the previous week. Miller had rushed for 1,651 yards and 30 touchdowns in 9 games. Quarterback Sam Sheeter has completed 63% of his passes for 1,586 yards with 18 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. John Beard has 40 receptions and 54 kicking points. That's it for this week. We hope to be back next week for another look at the District 6 playoff picture again.